this is the one that a lot of you might not have met before, and that's sigma notation. And you might have seen these in non-proctored quiz for Module 1. This thing here is a sigma. You also see it's a capital sigma. There's also a small sigma which looks like that. They're both Greek letters, and you might have seen them in the old days. We used to drive a Mitsubishi Sigma, and it had one of those little sigma things on it. And you might have noticed on the spreadsheet on Excel there's a little button with that sign on it as well. And that's, if you click on that, it sums things. So summing is adding up. It's not to do with times or anything else. So this thing here is a summation sign, and it's a really convenient way of writing things. So these things here, a lot of people last year fell into trouble with the little subscript. Now, strictly speaking, you probably ought to have a subscript there and a number here and a number here, but mostly we don't. And so there's no point in saying it has to have it, because most of the time if you see a sigma sign being used, it won't be complete. So sometimes I've put in a subscript and sometimes I haven't, and it doesn't make any difference. So when the subscript is not there, we are implying for all values of x. So the subscript is, like that, and sometimes it's left off. Okay, so say we've got a series of cash flows. So these are the 12 months, and each month we earn a different amount of money, and we want to add them all up. The sum of x is simply adding all of those up. And if we were going to do it in Excel, can anyone tell me what function we would use in Excel? Sum. Yeah, so we'd just go equals sum, open brackets, then we would highlight all of that stuff and put it in there, and then close brackets. And that would give us the sum of all of those. Okay, now here, you have to do something to it before you sum it. So we're not going to go into ways of making this easier. We're just going to do the straightforward way, which is that we multiply each one by 2, and then we add them up, and we get the answer. And so if we're doing it in a spreadsheet, we would have another column where we'd multiply all of these by 2. So this would be just 100 times 2. And it's okay to put a 2 in a formula because we're just using the spreadsheet as a calculator. We're not making a model here. And then we would add them up at the bottom.